Today on the show, we're going to be talking about Rockstar's biggest problem with Red Dead Online. Now, I know that may sound like a predictable answer to have for this, and many players are probably going to jump to the conclusion that the largest problem Rockstar faces with this game is the lack of updates that they create and what that means for player retention, player morale, microtransaction spending, sales, etc. And you'd be correct, but more so, I really want to talk about an overarching problem above that and how the lack of updates actually feed into this problem even more and exacerbate this problem even more. I've been thinking about some of these things for a while, but some player discussion that I was reading earlier really summed up my thoughts well, and so I would like to take a look at that with you today. So let's get started. If you enjoyed this video at any point, or if you just find it helpful, let me know by dropping a like on it, and if you want to stay up to date with everything Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online, consider hitting that subscribe button with your bell notifications turned on. To start, the game's biggest problem, Rockstar's biggest problem with this game, as well as GTA Online, believe it or not, is the in-game currency. And that sounds simple enough to say, but these are some of the reasons why. Tez makes a good point of why GTA Plus is a thing, and also sort of why we received Capitali as a new currency, if you can even call it that, in the Blood Money update from 2021. Tez says, even if Rockstar eventually develops a new update, you can already envision what it would look like. For one, Capitali would play a major part within future updates, locking further content behind the currency, acts as the incentive to boost gold bar sales, and they came up with a new currency because long-term players already stockpiled a ton of Red Dead Online money. Number two, Rockstar would likely reveal Red Dead Online Plus as a way to save yourself some of the trouble of grinding and earn a ton of Capitali for just $6 a month. Bank heists, when eventually released, would be already locked behind Capitali and would likely cost a ton of that. You can already see Rockstar locking the opportunity, aka the mini heist behind that currency, and bank heists definitely fit into the label of being opportunities. If this game ain't gonna be as successful as GTA, then the experimenting would continue until something sticks. And Jason, who's a mod over on the GTA forums as well, also shares similar sentiments and really hammers on the point that the way Rockstar monetizes their games may work right now for newer players, as they're more encouraged to buy shark cards or gold bars early on and skip the grind, but that creates a massive divide in the player base where longtime players will never ever spend money on the game again, so Rockstar essentially loses customers there, and while they're creating new DLC, if they don't in some way tie everything into the money and gold earning strategy, then their entire business model falls apart. And when they take as long as they do to put out content, players can easily buy everything 30 times over because they were just playing so much in the 6 months in the meantime before a new update. GTA Plus likely exists for the same reason a new currency in Red Dead Online exists, Jason says. Veterans, who are highly monetizable and often far more so than new players, are by far away the least likely to spend real money on GTA Online and Red Dead Online because veterans have stockpiles of all the relevant currencies in both games. GTA money, Red Dead money, and gold bars and roll tokens. And Capitali even, the latter of which was added no doubt for similar reasons Capitali was released. Rockstar's absolutely shafted themselves with their monetization model in GTA Online, and I bet they know it. In Red Dead and GTA, veteran players play enough that by the time a content update launches, the frequency of which are also part of the problem, they don't release them fast enough. Players literally have no need to spend money on microtransactions. Compare that to other service-based games where if there's not a season pass or battle pass rolling out on a consistent basis, there's veteran players F5ing the cosmetic shop every day to see if there's any new cosmetics that they want to buy. If GTA Online 2 doesn't drop shark cards and replace them with a premium cosmetic shop full of cosmetics you can only obtain through the cash shop, I'll be genuinely surprised. GTA Online and Red Dead Online's model sucks for multiple reasons, both for players and Rockstar as well as Take-Two. Now, Commander S also noted some other games and their monetization strategies here, and I know everyone hates hearing about this one game in particular, but he's talking about the way that they market and sell their in-game content to players, and their system is honestly a little bit out of date in and of itself compared to what Activision does, for example, with Warzone by selling tons and tons of bundles that are there in the shop for a long time, not limited time, with skins, operators, weapon cosmetics, calling cards, emblems, finishing moves, etc. And Commander S says, I think Fortnite has a solution personally, and I reckon that might be the way that GTA Online 2.0 goes. For example, the single currency approach, same as GTA Online, but with fear of missing out tactics applied on top. So I don't think the trick will have to be premium items. I think it'll be more about having limited time items on top of a wash of new regular stuff so that people are forced to keep up with the stuff that they miss out on. They almost achieved that with Red Dead Online's Outlaw passes, but failed to add anything worthwhile to really hook people. And they also didn't do the Fortnite thing of having specific limited time activities that you need to do in order to complete the pass reward track. Letting all regular XP count towards Outlaw passes progress was a big misstep there, because again, people just figured out that they could stockpile collectible sets ahead of time. And that, to which Jason responded, Red Dead Online tried both things you're suggesting, a battle pass and limited time clothing, which you can earn through in-game means. And as far as the speed of the Red Dead Online's passes progression, I don't think it ultimately matters. For Red Dead Online, they were really only ever meant to be a small side thing, whereas in Fortnite, they're really the main source of progression. As for the clothing, it did run into one of the main problems that Rockstar has, which is that they never put out content fast enough, but the fact also that Rockstar stopped adding limited time clothing, again, which you could earn through in-game means, makes me think that they have the data and it wasn't doing what they'd hoped it might do for sales. But anyway, neither really worked, I don't think, and the battle passes are carrying heavy fatigue right now and are losing their appeal. Premium cosmetic cash shops that you cannot earn through in-game means is the easiest solution to their problems as far as I can see. Throw in optional subscriptions that include some little bonuses and monthly cash shop currency, they'll be golden. I'm not so sure I agree with the battle passes losing their appeal though, personally. I think systems like those are definitely here to stay for a while, but that cannot be the only thing that's carrying a game. Outside of the few DLCs that we've gotten for Red Dead Online over the past couple years since Frontier Pursuits, the battle passes like the Outlaw passes and now the newer Quick Draw clubs were always the hot topic by players, and Quick Draw clubs even resurged that interest even more than the Outlaw passes did. Now Lonely Martin added, as I'll concede, GTA is far from perfect, but the game has so many aspects that simply work, hence the game is thriving still. This way with unlockables is much better. Players can play through the content the one time and unlock trade prices, but also players with less time or interest in a particular DLC theme can just buy the toys now with either in-game cash or real money to skip the earning part. And in response to Martin, Jason notes that I think that the game thrives despite all this. The way they monetize the game is poison, and I don't mean that in a shark card suck kind of way. I mean the game's monetization model is complete and utter poison for all aspects of the game, especially development. Everything Rockstar releases for GTA Online has to be directly tied to GTA money, otherwise the update will have zero monetizable aspects, which obviously makes no business sense. Remove the ability to purchase cash, add a new second premium currency which can only be acquired with real money, and sell premium cosmetics, and now content doesn't have to be developed with the same identical mentality and design philosophy every single time. It would open up more creative possibilities, and also as a byproduct means cash earn rates would also no longer have to be balanced in tandem with the microtransactions, which can result in the end of an artificially inflated grind. They do need to absolutely solve their other problem though, which is that they don't put out content anywhere near enough. We're in the Red Dead Online forum here, and we all know the state of Red Dead Online right now, but even for GTA Online, they never put out content fast enough compared to other games. So clearly the reoccurring theme here is that the way currency works in both GTA Online and Red Dead Online can mean big bucks for Rockstar and Take-Two, because newer players are much likely to purchase shark cards and gold bars to get ahead with the grind, but longtime players have different problems with content, and that's because content isn't coming out fast enough to keep them engaged and spending in-game currency, and so the only way to try and get more microtransaction sales out of them is by inflating the grind more and more than they need to be, which makes it all that much more challenging for a newer player to get up to speed without burning out. Rockstar's original philosophy for creating shark cards and not requiring everyone to pay real money per car and weapon and any other content in game was so that you had the choice as a player, but in games today, you still have that choice, but that choice is just implemented in a different way, and it works for those games because those games were created with different fundamentals and monetization systems in mind beforehand. So moving forward with Red Dead Online, we're still going to suffer from the same problem as GTA Online, and while Rockstar creates GTA 6 and maybe GTA Online 2 or whatever the next evolution of GTA Online is, they may potentially solve these problems, but Red Dead players will be stuck in the never-ending loop of new currencies for different updates, and eventually, longtime players will get pinched for real-life cash when they need to spend real-life money to start participating in the newer content. But with that said, we're out of time for today. We're going to wrap things up right here. I'd love to know your thoughts on all this down in the comment section. What do you think the biggest problem is for Rockstar games when it comes to Red Dead Online? What do you think the biggest problem that Red Dead Online has for Rockstar and what they're facing? Hopefully you all enjoyed the video today, and if you did, hopefully I earned your like on it. And of course, if you are new to my channel and you want to stay up to date with all the best Red Dead Online and Rockstar games content, consider hitting the subscribe button so you don't miss out on a single thing we post here on the channel. We consistently talk about updates, news, information, tips, tricks, and even leaks, and we'll keep you guys updated here on the channel daily, so make sure you hit that subscribe button. If you want to follow me over on Twitch, Twitter, and Instagram, those are the best places to get connected with me outside of YouTube, and you're more than welcome to ask me any questions on those platforms. You can follow me at Hazardous HDTV, and all of my social media links can be found in the description down below. That being said, thank you all so much for watching, everyone. Hope you all have a fantastic day, and I will see you guys in the next Red Dead Online video. Adios, amigos.